What's going on, everybody? Currently, the heat index here in St. Louis is about 105. So I do not want to be outside standing by that smoker all day and grilling all day. But I do want kind of something that's grilled inspired, kind of street corn inspired. So we are going to make ourselves a more refreshing elote style pasta salad. Let's get started. First thing I'm doing is getting this corn ready so I can get it on the grill. So I'm going to pull back the husk here, and then I'll get all of that extra garbage on the inside out. Shed some of the outer husk, and then leave some of that inner husk in there as well. Chop off the end. Make sure it's nice and cleaned up here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it with a little bit of olive oil, or you could use some butter as well. In a moment, you're going to realize how dumb of a decision this was. I bought this elote seasoning at Costco. I thought I'd put that on there as well. So did this with all 5 ears of corn. Let them just sit for a few minutes before I took them in the house. All right, so I brought them back in the house, and remember I put all that seasoning on there? I don't know what I was thinking, because I want to sit and let these submerge in water and soak for about at least 30 minutes. So here we go. Next, I'm getting that charcoal started so I can fire up my little Weber grill outside that I'll use today to get this corn nice and cooked. All right, those coals are ready to go here. I've got to move it over to one side. We're going to start placing that corn in the cob on the other side of that grill, and then we're going to get it covered up. We'll come back and flip it every about 5 or 6 minutes and let it go. Probably take us about 20 to 30 minutes to get this corn ready. While that corn is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and get my Fusilli pasta here going as well. I've got about a ½ pound of that going. Get that water back to a boil here. This should take about 8 to 9 minutes. All right, I've been flipping that corn around. It's almost ready to bring inside the house. Time to drain that pasta. Ooh, check out all that steam. And then we're going to go ahead and hit it with some cold water, get a good little rinse on that pasta as well, and just let it kind of sit here and cool off till we need to use it in our mixture today. All right, I'll let that corn sit and cool for a few minutes. Now I'll go ahead and get that rest of that husk off. I'm going to kind of stand it up on its end here, grab myself a knife, and begin to cut off those kernels of corn. See how much of it I can keep on my tray here and not on the floor today. We'll do this with all 5 ears of corn. Now it's time to build this mayo-based mixture. We'll go with about 3/4 cup of mayonnaise. You could use that old Duke's if you have it at home. I'll go with the avocado mayo today, though. That's what I had in the fridge. I didn't actually have enough Duke's left in the container, so we're using this today. Get that in the bowl. Then next, we're going to go ahead and begin to add some of the other seasonings, starting with about a tablespoon of cumin. And then we're going to go with about the same amount of some chili powder here. You can go more or less on that chili powder. We're going to bring a little bit of heat with this. Next, we're going to get some smoked paprika. I'm trying to get about a teaspoon in there. We're going to use some more of that later on as well. Next, we're going to go about a teaspoon of that coriander. And then we're going to hit it with a little bit of red pepper here. You could skip this part if you don't want as much heat in there. I'm trying to hit it with some of that coarse kosher salt as well. You could go anywhere between 1 and 2 teaspoons of that. I'm going to zest myself 3 limes actually, although you only see 1 here. I'm going to go with 3 of these. And then I'm also going to juice all 3 limes as well. going to go ahead and start the mixing process here. Kind of blend everything together before we add a couple more ingredients. Now I grab myself a single jalapeno, cord it out, and I dice up half of that jalapeno. You could go more or less here as well. And then grab yourself some cilantro. We're gonna go with about a quarter cup of that cilantro in there, and we'll put some more on as garnish later. Now we're gonna go ahead and start to add that pasta back in to our bowl, as well as go ahead and push all of that corn in. Grab ourselves a big old wooden spoon here in a moment. And we're going to start to blend all of these ingredients together. And next, I'm going to grab myself some of that Cotija cheese. This stuff is so good. So I'm going to go with about a quarter cup's worth here where I'm going to crumble it. And go ahead and push that in. And I'm actually going to take a little bit more of it later on. We'll use as a topping as well. Go ahead and give it another little mix here with that wooden spoon. And then I'm moving on over to kind of the glass dish before I put it in the refrigerator, because this will also be the dish I can serve it in later. Now that it's in that dish, I'm going to go ahead and top it off here with a little more smoked paprika across the top. Great for taste and for that color. And I'm going to hit it with just also a little bit of that Cotija cheese to head off to the side, as well as a little bit of that leftover diced up jalapeno, and a little bit more of that fresh chopped cilantro. Our Elote Pasta Salad is all done. Let's give it a taste test here real quick. And I'm going to throw it back in the fridge and let it continue to chill till we serve it later for dinner. Make sure I get some of that Cojita cheese, some of that cilantro, a little piece of that jalapeno in that corner there. Here we go. Oh. This is exactly what I wanted today. Light, refreshing, still get that char, a little bit of taste of that grill of that corn, but just something on a really hot day, absolutely refreshing. This could be a meal or a great appetizer at your next barbecue. Check the description, put everything you need to know about this recipe. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. We'll see you guys again on Bones and Brews.